Hey guys, and welcome to Igloo. And today is the 7th, and we're going to be seeing a lot more things coming up. I pretty much am still probably going to be working by the time this video rolls out, but there's going to be a lot of cool things that are going to be coming out. So, the legendary coin system is going to be one of the big things. So, you can actually start collecting coins right now, but the vendor isn't going to be there. So, personally, I think that's kind of bullshit, but at the same time, like, maybe they want people to start farming for it instead of initially just like dumping all their legendaries in, which is kind of dumb. But at the same time, I get what it comes from for people to actually like drop their legendaries in. Like, I have a bunch of junk legendaries as well on top of what I've been having, but I haven't been mass collecting because, again, I'm pretty much working 10 to 12 hour shifts on top of everything else. So getting time to like farm and get everything else done is like very non-existent right now. So the other thing is player vending. So I personally think that they're going to have some buggy ass shit when it comes to player vending. And personally, I think there's going to be another dupe exploit because of player vending, because honestly, Bethesda's Bethesda, and I kind of know on how things work with their kind of systems. If you have more than one player vendor, if you can still, because they still haven't fixed out the 5-minute timer for you getting off a server and for your character to roll back. And they still have it for 5 minutes, including for right now. It's very easy with AWS because, again, Fallout 76 servers run on Amazon Web Services. It's very easy to have that rollback to be from 5 minutes to 1 minute. It's very easy to do, and that would prevent probably 90% of all duplication methods in any way, shape, or form. But there's going to be that kind of thing that might be happening with player vending. It just comes down to who's going to do it first, and it's going to be another like duplication apocalypse. And that's just my opinion, but at the same time, I'm most likely right when it comes to most of these methods. I was right before with the Enclave one, and I was right before with the other duplication methods that were out there. Of course, I didn't really make videos on them, but I did report it because, again, that destroys the economy of the game, which, I mean, at this point, there's barely a lot of economy at this point because people don't really trade as much. But I think people are going to be trading the legendary coins. If that's going to be a thing where we can trade coins to other people and legendary like coins and stuff where it won't flag you for this, but it will flag you for that. Personally, I think trading legendary coins will probably be a very high commodity, especially because it'll show on how much people are grinding, or maybe they're going to use their legendary coins as a form of currency. And I think that it's going to spark like new interest when it comes to farming, as well as the new dungeon that's going to be coming out. And again, it's going to be something that's going to be really cool. I mean, I would rather have a high tier dungeon for me to grind and play because maybe I'll have a higher chance of having some better legendaries. What if completing the event, you have a higher probability of getting a better legendary? Like, I don't know. Like, personally, that's something that we're going to experience together, especially tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some time in there, maybe go live with this as well when I come back from work. Hopefully I can come back to work a little bit earlier than like my normal time so I can actually play and get all of my stuff done, but it all depends on how my work is tomorrow. So again, bygones be bygones. But we're also going to be getting backpacks. I don't know if it's going to be supporting weight. I don't know if it's going to change out like a slot because, again, you have a few slots when it comes to your character. You have both your arms, your chest, and both your legs. No one's going to take out their chest piece for whatever backpack that they have. Now, again, if it's mixed or it can be a moddable piece or something that can be as an extension, modding to have a better backpack or that have the ability than to just have like a dense chest plate or something like that. That could actually be a really good idea, and I hope that's what it's going to be. Again, I'm recording this on the 6th for the 7th, so again, this is just my hypothetical situations that I'm going to be seeing for Fallout 76. And then on top of that, like, again, they are saying that they're adding new quest lines, and they're saying that this is the best quest lines that they possibly made. I call bullshit on that one already on top of it, because nothing will really compare to like Fallout 4's, Fallout 3's quest lines that they had for multiple dialects, multiple different ending scenarios, and everything else like that. Nothing. If you have the choice to have different like things that happen and it permanently saves on your character, that's going to be something that is going to be forcing people to go up and power level their new character, that have an alternate version of the storyline that has happened, maybe for better loot, maybe for a different weapon or something else like that. I mean, we don't know yet, because we haven't ran through the quest lines and got all this shit done. Now, if you really play this game hard, like really hard, I personally just put in my Discord. My Discord's always in the description. I like to figure out things as well, and also for like other situations that I've seen in the past where, again, like I found out that you can get like 3-star legendaries through one of you guys as just being a straight up fan, and then he wanted to shout out, but at the same time, it's part of what we need to do when it comes to like calling out on a new method to not waste your time when it comes to 3-star legendary farming, because again, it's going to come down to it. How much time are you going to put into the game when it comes to farming and making sure that you have the most efficient route possible? And again, it's going to come down to it, especially with like legendaries. So we're going to be having legendary tokens. So instead of having a 1-star token, you're going to be having the equivalents of a 3-star token, so that you'll actually get better stuff on top of it. They are probably not going to address the changing 1-star to 3-star thing. It's just too short of a time frame, so I think that we're going to be seeing that fixed in patch 10. I know that it's a bug, but at the same time, it's a necessary bug in a game like this, especially when you're relying so heavily on chance to have a 3-star legendary. Chance for that legendary 3-star legendary to be above level 50, so that you have a chance in order for it to be a max level weapon, and a chance for that legendary mod to be bloodied, anti-armored, 2-shots, or with the explosive actual Apex effect on top of it else. Like, it's a lot of chance that you put onto the game, because you're literally just rolling the dice on top of it. So again, like, it's something that needs to be addressed, where you might have a reroll. Personally, what I would like to have instead, there is the random chance when it comes to legendary tokens, and then there is a positive 100% chance that you can do this, but you have to put a fuck ton of actual like legendary currency token so that you can accommodate for that one effect. So like, let's say you want your weapon to be, let's just say the handmade, and you want that handmade to have blood. Alright, so let's say hypothetically like 100 is like farming for 100 legendary 1-stars, right? And you're just dumping it into machine. Well, this actually needs 5,000 just so that you can have the one legendary bloodied effect on top of it. Now that would actually be like very reputable, because it gives you a goal to work towards, so that you can select that and know how much that currency is, and then for that handmade weapon you can select that as well, so that you can do some crazy gnarly combinations, and you have a goal to work towards, which would also give a incentive in order for you to keep playing the game. Again, it's all about incentively playing and keeping you and keeping your time. That's what these things are called, games as a service. Fallout 76 is the games as a service. Now, the more retention that you can give to a player to keep playing that game, they're going to do it, because then they have a goal to work towards, especially for the ultra grinders that are in this type of game called Fallout 76. And personally, that's what we're going to be experiencing with the dungeon. Can't wait for the dungeon. It's going to be a proper dungeon for what I've been hearing throughout all my sources and everything else. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try it on top of everything else. I know I said this already, but if you are playing that dungeon,
I said,
please,
are we in a
I
group?
want
I
to
don't think we're
know
in a group.
as much details as possible, whether it's in the
I
comments,
said,
in
I'm
the
pretty sure,
Discord, or somewhere else. If you guys like this kind of content, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. If you
I don't
really
see
like my
anything
stuff
when
and you
I'm
want to
talking.
support me,
Like
I have a
nothing.
Teespring link as well for my store. That's the best way to support me, pretty much. I don't really use
They
Patreon as
always
much
mess up
anymore.
something when they
But
fix
again, if
something.
you really like my stuff, it's part of Teespring. All right, have a good one, guys.